I love this map. Forbidden Temple, the architecture, taking the inspiration from old Japanese architecture. It's absolutely stunning. That, I don't know, is it sunrise or sunset? I don't know if it makes the slightest bit of difference, but it is a gorgeous map. And to take it away for the first time this morning, ladies and gentlemen, our bronze medal decider match here in the Rocket League Women's Division. Australia, the team in blue. Canada, the team in orange.
And early on, Australia, the ones to put some pressure on. Pink Jelly with a chance to send that goalwards. Not to be for now. Kia looking for the clear, doesn't find it, but the teammate Mush coming in. Morgi's going to rotate back, let her teammate take over, and right now both teams just trying to settle in, Elliot. Just securing big hits on that ball, maybe find an opportunity early, but no one right now really looking for the highly mechanical play, just making sure to hit that ball hard and feel confident moving forward.
Oh, that was a lovely passing play between Pink Jelly and Habulous right there. Little give and go. Beautiful work, just keeping their movement good, making sure that they're picking out these passes. Comms look good. We're about a minute in yet. No goals just yet. That might change very rapidly if Australia aren't careful. Left themselves a little bit vulnerable at the back there.
Queen Morgie with a chance to go over it. Unfortunately, just side flips under that ball, but still gets a shot off. Avenger coming in clutch at the last there. Again, Avenger, really that play to watch for Canada. Pink Jelly, almost an opportunity. Any contact on that ball would have been the opening goal for game number one.
Well, it doesn't get much closer than this. These teams in a deadlock right now. No one able to find an early goal here. That backboard pass might just help out Canada, but they can't convert. Habulous is there. The shot not ever going to be enough to challenge a defense of this caliber, but this is an opening right here. Queen Morgie rushing out to meet it. Making sure Australia keep their clean sheet intact. Wow, Mush really had to scramble to make that save.
Yeah, right now it seems like Australia are getting the better of the chances, but both teams, for me, looking at their gameplay, are feeling nervous. We're seeing little unintentional backflips at times. We're seeing misses where misses would not normally happen. And I think that's just down to the stage nerves. Once we settle in, once a couple players get some goals on the board, I think we're going to start to see some of those pop-off plays. But right now, it just seems like a battle of who can wrestle those nerves into normalcy first.
Fabulous. Rounding the corner, Mush able to take that away from the front post and play out for Canada. Possession lost in midfield, but Pink Jelly handing it straight back to the team in orange, and they're going to try and work it down this left wing here. Able to get that ball up. Avenger always a threat, but not able to complete the pass infield.
Yeah, right now, Kia looking to hold on to that possession. Keep the pressure on. Avenger with a chance to open the scoring. But Queen Morgie there to deny. Pink Jelly's looking to set up a chance for the Australians now, putting the defense under pressure, but Avenger again coming in with that timely touch, the timely clear, and now the timely transition forward, but Pink Jelly refusing to let Canada break out, refusing to let them have any reprieve, and they are looking to push forward our Australia and really put this game number one, really get it started.
Best of 5 series, of course, so the first team to win 3 games will be walking away as our bronze medalists here at the Commonwealth Esports Championship. But I tell you what, I can't pick a team here. Australia, Canada, caught in a deadlock. I said it 3 minutes ago, and I'm going to say it again now. 90 seconds left in game number 1, and there is nothing separating these two sides. Nothing but Queen Morgie. Australia take the lead.
Queen Morgie coming in, taking it from coast to coast and finding a big 50-50 past the defense of Canada, opening up the scoring. And Elliot, with less than 90 seconds, this could be the goal that decides game number 1.
Oh, and that smile tells you everything. Those nerves are settled, but they need to make sure they keep it going. Queen Morgie really being the stalwart here for Australia in defense, in offense, doing what she needs to do to make sure that 1-goal lead stays intact. And we have just over 60 seconds left for them to maintain that lead to take game 1.
Well, this is awkward, though. There's been a little bit of an overcommit on the defensive corner for Australia. They've done well to break out. Queen Morgie scrambling for boost, but Kia's going to bypass the two defenders completely, which means Mush has the chance to apply this pressure late on and look for this equalizer. Avenger, exactly who you want picking out that pass, but Kia unable to make contact. And now Queen Morgie just shut down. The shot comes in, a follow-up save from Habulous, and Australia escape for the next few seconds.
Mush off of the wall, straight inside to Queen Morgie, and she's developed space. She's doing it all on her own. She does not care about this Canadian team's efforts whatsoever. Just sends it up and up at the ceiling, follows her own pass into the back of the net, and that's 2-0 Australia.
The interception coming in, and then the quick read off the ceiling, beating two defenders to it and slamming it in to secure that 2-goal buffer. And it might just be enough to secure game one. There's still time for Canada, but they need a goal right now.
Yeah, even if they're not going to be able to get back in this game, Canada could really use a goal just to build some momentum heading into game two. 10 seconds left, almost certainly not going to be enough time to force a result here in the first game. And if they can find something at the last moment, it would be really useful, but they might actually go 3. It's not going to be 3. Australia take game number 1.
Yeah, the Aussies starting out strong, and again, it felt shaky from both teams. The nerves, though, starting to settle towards the end of game number 1, and it is the Australians that profit from it. Queen Morgie, though, what an offensive showing. 2 goals from just 3 shots to find the victory here. Early on in the series, all eyes now on Canada to look for a response.
6 shots and 6 saves for Australia. Very even showing across the pitch. Canada with 10 shots. Only 4 saves. 10 shots and no goals, Munt.
Yeah, that is incredible. The eye test told me that Australia were the ones enjoying the majority of the territorial advantage, if you will, the more time in their opponent's half. But I guess Canada were finding opportunities to at least throw that ball at net. But I do think there's something to be said about the Australian defense, because you can concede shots and not be uncomfortable about those shots. It's all about angle. It's all about momentum. And if those shots are coming in with low momentum from difficult angles, they're easily savable. So those stats can be a little bit misleading at times. You can seem to be conceding more shots, but it's not necessarily meaning that you're conceding more goal-scoring opportunities.
Game number 2. Ready to get underway. Australia with a 1-game advantage here. Canada, very important moment for them in a best-of-5. Game 2, absolutely critical. This is the difference between going series point down heading into your 3rd game and tying up the series. So massive, massive game here for Canada. No pressure.
Well, I'd like to shrink it down. I think this next goal is going to be hugely important to the series as a whole. If Canada find the opener here in game number 2, it might give them the confidence they need to find a game win and to get competitiveness back into the series. But if Australia win, it's going to be a huge boon to their confidence and a huge dent in Canada's.
It is Australia with the pressure in the opening 30 seconds. Barely had to play the ball in their own half so far. Mush getting demoed there in her own corner. Habulous just tracking back Queen Morgie. Little bit of a mishap there with Pink Jelly, just coming together. A little soft double commit on the left wing, but it hasn't harmed them. They're keeping this offensive rotation up beautifully, just keeping that pressure on, insisting that the ball remains in Canada's half. And after 60 seconds, I'm honestly a little bit surprised we haven't seen an Australian goal.
Yeah, it absolutely does feel like Australia really looking to open this one up strong. They have a chance here, Habulous with possession, but double commit from Canada does secure possession for them and an opportunity, but unfortunately both players going for the first ball meant there was no one there to put in the second, and it was a big opportunity. Now Demos may be opening up some space for Mush to finish into the goal. Canada find their first goal on stage here in game number 2.
Absolutely huge goal here for Canada. Mush, right place, right time, smacks it home. No one's going to be able to save that. And Canada with an all-important goal, an all-important lead here in the second game of the series.
Yeah, I spoke about it a minute ago. That opening goal here in game number 2 going to be huge. Australia conceding means Canada know now that they can score against this Australia defense, that they're not just putting insignificant shots towards the net that are easily saved, that they can beat the defense. And Elliot, it was a demo that opened up the space. I wonder if we'll see more of that.
I certainly hope we will. Demos are going to be absolutely crucial here. Demolitions, always very important, especially in higher level play in Rocket League. But when the teams are this evenly matched, those demos are almost certainly going to be the difference maker, particularly when they're picked out at vital moments, just like the one that led to that Canadian goal.
Pink Jelly's going to take her time here, but shut down by Kia, who's just got the boost advantage. Looking to take the ball over the top of Queen Morgie, but no success there. Pink Jelly with a little bit of a backflip to keep that off the line. Kia with the turn-in shot. It's not to be, and Queen Morgie has an opportunity to clear.
Well, the momentum of this series and this game just flipped on its head in the past 90 seconds or so. Australia able to break out of defense, but really been caught on the back foot. An equalizer here would certainly stand them in good stead, but they're not quite able to break down the Canadian defense yet. And we are more than halfway through game 2 right now. A 1-goal lead, not ideal, but certainly looking good for Canada.
Yeah, I mean, the English side yesterday discovered that a 1-goal lead is not safe as Wales came roaring back in their opening game. I wonder if Australia will be able to come back, equalise, and maybe even take the lead. And as I say that, it's Canada extending their lead, denying Australia any chance to equalise. They're going to have to score at least 3 goals if they want to secure game number 2.
Well, it's the Season 4 dunk master herself, Nudge with the shot from downtown. 2 minutes left here in the second game of the series, and it's a 2-0 lead to Canada. Australia just not able to get out of the starting blocks. I mean, they came out strong, and, wow, they made me eat my words pretty quickly there, Luke.
And it was Queen Morgie scoring 2 goals in game number 1, coming through and opening up Australia's goal tally here in game number 2. And we've just entered the final 2 minutes of this second game. I wonder if that'll be enough to spark Australia's offense, which right now has been limited, it feels like, to Queen Morgie.
It'd be brilliant to see your happiness get on the score sheet. Goodness me, Canada doing just about everything but scoring. 95 seconds left on the clock. Australia somehow managed to keep the ball out of the back of their net, but they're not doing enough to clear the ball out of the danger zone. That loose clear out, just giving away possession, but Queen Morgie finally able to buy the team in blue some breathing room, and they're only 1 goal down. Plenty of time left to tie up this game.
Queen Morgie eyeing up the ball off the ceiling. 50-50 there. Pink Jelly's going to try to latch onto that, make it awkward for Avenger, but it's not awkward enough. The pass coming into Kia, who rocks the shot. It is saved away. The boost not grabbed by Queen Morgie, which means she's going to have to collect some small pads, and doesn't have enough to get up to it, but maybe a bit of a fake there, in Australia with an opportunity to put in a few consecutive shots, none of them on target, forcing a save, all hitting the post. And now Kia has a chance to counter, which is quickly shut down, and that ball is going to bounce around in midfield.
Well, Australia are going to be very, very frustrated that they did not manage to equalise them, but hopefully that's going to give them some momentum, and there it is. Someone other than Queen Morgie steps up to the plate, and it's Pink Jelly to tie things up in the final minute.
And what a time to find your opening goal on stage in a medal match, to equalise in game number 2 late on and give your team a great chance. If they score this next goal, they will be in the driver's seat to win game number 2 and put themselves on match point.
Kia around the corner. Well defended at the front post there. Pink Jelly's looking inside for that infield pass. Not going to find a player in blue. Luckily, the pressure momentarily relieved on Australia. They don't have to tie things up anymore. They are not down. 10 seconds left, and we might be about to go to our first overtime.
It would be. So once the clock elapses, if it's all neutral, if it's all level, we enter overtime. But that ball does have to hit the ground, Elliot, which it does. Now, golden goal scenario. Whoever scores next will take game number 2.
Wow. I mean, talk about important goals. It doesn't get much more crucial than this. If Canada score next, they tie up this bronze medal decider series, and they'll go into game number 3 on even footing. But if Australia score the next goal, it's bad news for Canada. They'll go into game number 3 with the bronze medal point. and they will certainly be in pole position to really lead that one out, to set the tempo, and they'll be feeling pretty comfortable if that is the case.
Oh, right now the defense of Canada not feeling too comfortable themselves as Pink Jelly looks to take it around the corner. Fabulous, not the greatest touch, but a fantastic recovery, able to get back to it, put it in a threatening position. Pink Jelly follows it up, needs to get it in field, and Fabulous with the shot shut down by Canada, who now look to break down the other end with that Kia clear.
Queen Morgie deep in Canadian territory right then. Fabulous trying to break out, but a little bit of a disruption play. Just halting her momentum. Queen Morgie up to the ceiling, not going to follow it quickly, but just allowing it to come down, drawing out the Canadian player, making sure that she makes the most of her touch upfield, but it's not enough. No shot, no scoring play, no goal scoring opportunity developed for Australia. At the moment, it is very, very tight. Both of these teams clearly just caught up right now. No one wants to concede, and I think that means that they're not really committing too much to these scoring opportunities. They're just focusing on making sure they don't actually let a goal in.
Yeah, Australia pretty much setting up shop on the offensive end. They're a rare moment of defensive pressure for them right now, and pressure it is. That's an awkward touch. Oh, Avenger, any kind of contact may have led to a goal there, but the whip comes in and Australia able to clear, and down the other end they come, where they've been, I feel like they've spent most of their time in this opening 2 minutes of overtime. I have to say, credit to Canada's defense, absorbing the pressure and able to break out, threaten on the counter-attack, as we saw Avenger with the long-range shot. Pink Jelly there to take care of it though. Coming up the side, Mush is backwards. Plenty of boost in the tank means the recovery is viable. But Queen Morgie stampeding in. The clear from Kia means a counter-attack. Incoming, no boost, she can't get up to it, and Pink Jelly will send it back towards halfway.
Mush looking to get the pass to the edge of the penalty box. Kia will take possession, looking for that backboard pass. No one in blue able to defend the backboard off of the far post. Kia's there, the shot saved off of the line by Queen Morgie. Goodness me, what a high-value player she has been.
We need to clip that moment. It could be the turning point of the series. If Australia take the win here in overtime, we'll look back at the miss from Canada, and maybe that one from Pink Jelly off the inside of the post. Canada survive.
Both of these teams starting to come to life now. They've settled down in this overtime. 3 minutes deep into this overtime here in game 2. And both teams now hunting for that golden goal, but they need to be careful. Canada just teasing the overcommit there. Avenger was back, but I don't know if she had that, if that shot's on target. Luckily for them, it's not. Australia, though, trying to get forward and bag game number 2 here, and they are putting a tremendous amount of pressure on Avenger with the miss off of the backboard. Queen Morgie, the touch, errant, and Canada able to clear their lines, but for how long?
Not very long at all. They're having to clear them right now, Elliot, from their own goal mouth. Doing a good job, though. Much the latest to get the clear. That's bounced awkwardly above the Australian net, but it is out towards the corner, which means Queen Morgie can get after it, but no contact made. A fake coming in from Kia means Avenger can shift the shot towards the top corner. Pink Jelly up to the back wall, getting it away. Mush with the pass. Avenger to finish, but yet again, Queen Morgie stands strong on the goal line.
Wow, I mean, it's pretty early to call an MVP, but goodness me, Queen Morgie is just outstanding so far here in this bronze decider match. Oh my goodness, the crossbar sent it. The post, the woodwork doing so much for Canada right now in defense, and we are 4 minutes and 20 seconds into overtime still without a decider here in game 2.
We are approaching an entire extra game of Rocket League as Pink Jelly looks to line up the shot, but yet again saved. This time Kia with the goal line heroics as Fabulous tries to take it over. Mush this time for Canada. All 3 Canadians coming up big at the last.
Pink Jelly maintains possession, but the touch not quite what she was after. Mush sends it up, thinks better about chasing it. It's going to be Avenger. We're seeing a little bit of ping pong right now as the teams bat the ball from end to end. That's a lovely block from Kia, but she has inadvertently passed that infield. And there it is! Pink Jelly, 5 minutes and 6 seconds into overtime, bags the winner and puts Australia on bronze medal point.
It was just a huge dunk that the defense of Canada scrambling to clear their lines, and Pink Jelly not having any of it. Slams it in, takes the win. Now Canada on the back foot.
15 shots for Australia, 14 shots for Canada. Goodness me, that was a slugfest. 9 saves in front of the Australian goal. The Canadians only managed 6, and I think most of that has got to be down to Queen Morgie, although look at that. Pink Jelly, fabulous. 4 saves between them. Queen Morgie with 5 all on her own.
Goodness gracious me. Queen Morgie with a huge performance here in game 1 and game number 2, but Pink Jelly storming to the forefront with her 2 goals, and what better time, the equalizer to send us to overtime, and then the game winner itself. Huge moments for Pink Jelly, huge moments for Australia, but now it's a huge moment for Canada. They are on the precipice of being knocked out. Australia, 1 more game win gives them that bronze medal. Canada have their backs against the wall. They need to start fighting.
Well, we were talking about how close we were to that reverse sweep in the group stages, and now Canada are going to need a reverse sweep if they would like a bronze medal here at the Commonwealth. It's a very, very tough ask, particularly when you're leading into the final 30 seconds and then you still lose game number 2. That is rough, but we saw the Canadian players, they're in good spirits, fist bumping, smiling with each other, they're not letting it get to them, and I think that the crucial part of that is we scored, we were in the lead, we could hold them off. It didn't happen for us then, but we absolutely can take this team. Now let's go out there and get it.
Yeah, Canada at this point know that they have what it takes. An Avenger looking to prove it early on again in game number 3, but denied by the defense. Much keeping the pressure on early. And okay, we talked about it at the beginning of the last game. The opening goal is going to be so important because if it's Australia, Canada, they're already so far down in that hole, it's going to be so much more difficult to climb out. But it's not Australia, it is Canada through Avenger with 50-50 after 50-50, forcing a goal.
Well, they needed someone to come and get vengeance for that game 2 win. Who else? Avenger, finding her first goal on stage here in this bronze medal decider match. 30 seconds into game number 3, a great time to step forward to really start to set the pace here, and if Canada can double up on that lead, then that's going to be magnificent for their confidence.
Here, playing it up to Avenger, who's starting to feel it maybe, looking for a tidy redirect from high above the Australian goal. Jelly able to clear it out, and it looks like Fabulous has got the beat, but much with the 50-50. Avenger taking her time, gonna look for maybe a flip reset, but that chance, any chance of it, removed by Queen Morgie, and we head down the other end. But right now, it seems like both teams have just changed things up a little bit, keeping 2 players back and just sending 1 player forward on a solo mission on offense.
Avenger, flat-footed here, but somehow manages to deny Queen Morgie. Sensational defense there, maintaining that 1-goal lead, keeping it intact. Oh, brilliant disruption play on the wing, allowing Mush to come down, get that pass across, but she's just shut down before it can even reach the front post. Avenger trying to do it, but not able to make anything happen. No threat there whatsoever from that ball, in Canada pushed immediately back to their own backcourt.
Yeah, now starting to settle into that familiar pattern of Australia dominating the territory and putting their stamp on the game, seeming to control the pace of it. And Canada looking to break out on a counter-attack. They've got a chance here as Fabulous is a little bit awkward in the corner, but she's recovered fantastically well to take possession. Kia with the shot, 2 players going up for that save, and that's 2 sets of boost used. 2 players out of position for the follow-up, but Australia escape regardless. Pink Jelly with the huge dunk up in the opponent's half.
Fabulous for Australia and Kia for Canada, the only 2 to not have a goal so far in this game. And as I say it, goodness me, she's listening. Kia steps up to the plate, gets a wonderful bump play on Pink Jelly. I mean, that is sensational.
That was quite rude, in my opinion. Just popping that ball up and going after the defender.
No
Absolutely ruthless. Yeah, elbows on the table. Here with a fantastic opener, and maybe that kind of bump play can be something they look for more, as I feel like Australia have been kind of sitting back and waiting for those shots to come in.
Yeah.
Well, don't shoot, just get rid of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and it's not the first time we saw Canada do that either. We've seen them utilize these disruption plays a couple of times here in game number 3. Really, really well as well, because it's not necessarily incredible to just get random disruptions that aren't pertinent to the play at hand, but we've seen them utilizing these physical plays to take Australian players off of the ball at really crucial moments, and they're here able to find a goal off the back of it, but they do have to defend, because Australia have proven it time and time again. They are always a threat. They can always come back.
There's a made-up word that I love in this scenario, and it's comeback ability. And Australia, comeback ability in spades. They've shown it already. They showed it in the group stages, and they might show it right here. Fabulous, hitting it off the post twice, pinching it out, and just pixels away from starting what could have been that comeback.
A huge sigh of relief there for the Canadian players. Not that you'd be able to tell, just completely stone-faced. The Australians are having a good time. They're smiling about it. They don't mind. A minute 10 left on the clock here in game number 3, and there it is. Fabulous. The final player gets a goal here in this bronze medal match.
And making good after what she'll have been really disappointed with an earlier attempt. Gone Ori. Coming back, starting off what Australia will hope to be that comeback run, and maybe the comeback run that will secure them the bronze medal. But Canada, again, pressure on them. They'll be feeling it as Australia come roaring back into the competition, and Canada still looking to take their opening game.
Avenger getting the pressure on, getting a little bit ahead of herself, but that's a fantastic pinch. The post helping Australia out, just lending a hand, and that is a very vulnerable position at the backline. Queen Morgie, goodness me, roll out the red carpet. The royalty has arrived.
Comeback ability. Comeback ability.
She's a menace.
Absolute menace. Elliot, wow, you cannot write off this Australian side. They don't care if you are scoring. They don't care if you're in the lead. They don't care if you're confident. They will wrest that away from you and score as many goals as needed. But right now, the next all-important, we could be looking at another overtime here, trying to deny us that opportunity with another bump, but the time the ball not on target. Benjo being called off it. Teammate coming in for the shot, but gives Pink Jelly a chance to counter to the top corner. It's saved away, and down the other end we come.
Not the hardest save, but so sweaty. You know how much pressure there is to make that save with 15 seconds left. It is literally the deciding save. If that goes in, it's game over for Canada, but they keep it. They keep it all square for the time being with 0 seconds left on the clock. It needs to be a goal now, or we will be going to overtime.
That ball towards the net. So worrying as the clock ticks to 0. So worrying seeing an edge of a double commit here, but leads to a team pinch, maybe calculated. I didn't see the lead up, but what a play that would have been. And what an important next goal this would be. Canada in the prominence right now, forcing, looking to find that game number 1 win for them. Here in game number 3, that was confusing for me. It was probably confusing for you too, but don't worry about it. Canada trying to do their best. The bump's coming in, and the shot goes wide.
Exposed at the back line. Canada are going to have to get back. Fabulous. Losing possession there in a very key place. Oh goodness, it is in the back of the net. Canada bring one back in overtime. Series point down. That is just stoic.
Absolutely. All the pressure on them. Confidence shot. They come back resurgent. And then Australia do their own micro comeback just to make Canada doubt. But they eliminate all of it and stampede through overtime to take their first game win here in the bronze medal decider. All the pressure on Australia. Sometimes, Elliot, it's pretty hard to finish your dinner, right? You eat all the good bits and you leave the stuff you don't like to last. And I don't know about that. And suddenly everyone else is done. Hopefully that doesn't happen to Australia here. For their sake, But Canada looking to make good on an opportunity. They've just got to win 2 games in a row from here on out.
I just want to point out as well, right? Canada with a 2-goal lead. Australia tie it up. 30 seconds left. And they're already medal point down, right? Just 30 seconds away and a goal potentially from losing their opportunity at a medal. And it's exactly what happened in the second game as well. So everything in their heads is telling them, this is it again. I can't believe it. We've given up a 2-goal lead again. And they keep going. They just kept their heads on straight. They continued to push it out, and they've managed to claim victory here in Game 3. It cannot be overstated just how much that mental fortitude means when it comes to the biggest stage like this.
Absolutely incredible, impressive beyond belief to fight your way back into this situation. And suddenly, we talked about the rarity of reverse sweeps, right? The rarity of winning 3 games in a row against a team that's just beaten you twice in consecutive games. It's so different. But now, that statistic goes out the window. Now it's all about 2 games in a row, which is so much easier. There is hope for the Canadians, and there's got to be some worry in the Australian camp.
Well, at risk of poaching your life,
go on then.
This first goal is going to be absolutely crucial just to set up game number 4 here. It's worth repeating, Canada are still medal point down. If Australia win this game, they do take home the bronze medal, but Canada certainly in a better position than they were 5 minutes ago. They have their own point on the scoreboard, and they're going to have to keep going because Australia do not look like they want to see Game 5.
Yeah, a couple rockets coming in quick succession, and then a misplay almost causing chaos there, but Kia able to respond and react. But Pink Jelly, a chance to put this ball in. Avenger shuts her down and gets the ball out of danger. It's now up to Habulous and Queen Morgie to figure things out quickly. They're both a little bit awkward, but my goodness, Habulous, a brick wall in the corner, and it's set up Queen Morgie, who in turn puts a pass into Pink Jelly, who slams it in to the net past the defense.
Sensational play here from Australia. Queen Morgie, of course, driving the play forward. Pink Jelly on the end of the pass beautifully, using every ounce of boost that she had. Back of the net, Australia take the lead in Game 4.
I almost called her Queen Jelly, and I have to say it's quite apt at this point. Early on in the series, Australia relying on that offense from Queen Morgie, but Pink Jelly has been putting herself forward into these big moments and scoring big goals for Australia. So I don't know, maybe we need to give her the Queen moniker at this point.
They're all royalty for me at this point. Absolutely stunning performances from everyone, and here we go. Pink Jelly up to the plate once again, and that's going to be 2-0 Australia.
Oh, Canada, what do you do from here? They need a little bit of that comeback ability, and right now they've not shown to this point that they haven't just yet. They've shown the ability to gain a lead, hold off a resurgent Australia, and then secure it late on. But this will be the true test. Canada down by 2 on match point, and I have to say they are looking to push forward. They might have what it takes. They just need to find a way past the defense and a way past Queen Morgie, who's going to carry this one out.
Oh my word, Pink Jelly just coming in clutch on defense there in their mush with no boost, not able to get there quickly enough. Pink Jelly, she just can't be stopped. That's a hat-trick now.
We talked about early MVP contenders. Pink Jelly, for me, might be the one that we have to point to at the end of the series. It's all well and good scoring early on. It's just as important. But as the pressure mounts, as we talked about it, trying to finish your dinner here and trying to bring home that medal, it's been Pink Jelly standing up and scoring.
We're not even halfway through this 4th game yet, and we already have 3 goals for the team in blue. The demolition coming out from Avenger, I think that is certainly what Canada need to be doing. These disruption plays are going to work wonders, and they're already paying dividends.
Canada not done just yet. They will not go away. They will not go gently into this good night. And right now, Australia going to have to fight off. There's plenty of time left for Canada to mount this comeback. They only need 2 goals, and there's over half a game remaining.
plenty of time. Australia, of course, scored 3 goals in less than half a game, so Canada only need 2.5 minutes to make it happen, and demos and bump plays are going to be how they have absolutely dismantled the Australian defense time and time again with these physical plays. It's just so effective. It's whether or not they can keep that up consistently and whether or not they can keep their own goals secured. Australia bearing down on them, fangs exposed, looking to put this game and this series to bed.
Australia putting cracks in the woodwork as Kia putting cracks in the defense with the demos, but the counter-attack coming in from Habulus needs to be shut down and is. As Canada try to break out, Musha's going to look to play this off the corner, and infield Queen Morgie reads it to perfection, there to take care of it. It's over the top of one defender. Pink Jelly's got all the time in the world, but can't clear the lines. Avenger coming in, but no one, again, able to pass the mighty Queen Morgie on the goal line.
Kia looking for the backboard. Queen Morgie with a whiff, but Avenger's not there. That is really not ideal for Canada. That's a huge opportunity gone begging. And with 1:20 left on the clock, we don't know how many more opportunities they are going to get. Let's see what they can do here. Building up out of defense, it's going to be Kia on the wing. She saved some boosts, kept some in the tank for later, but it's not going to matter because who else but Queen Morgie to turn this into an Australian offense.
That drop down, oh goodness, was an opportunity, maybe even 2. Kia though, trying to dribble this one out. You saw it, 1 minute remaining, splashing across our screens, and the players, they know the stakes. Canada know they need a goal. They need it soon. They need it now, Elliot. All their chances, their dreams of a Commonwealth Esports Championship bronze medal are right out the window.
36 seconds left here in game 4, quite possibly in the series. Let's see what the Canadians can do here. They are really not managing to develop any goal-scoring opportunities right now. Australia just looking to cement the lead they already have, potentially expanded to another goal. Just slow playing into the corner. That is incredibly professional play from Habulus. Just killed another 8 seconds or so on the clock. Queen Morgie sends it downtown, and that is going to be the winning goal. 4 goals to 1 for Australia, and they will be our Commonwealth Esports Championship bronze medalists.
Huge moment in that series, huge moment in the match, and a huge moment here at the Commonwealth Esports Championship. Canada had just seconds to come back. Australia holding on, relying on their defense, and then able to break out, push on, secure the victory, and secure the bronze medal for Australia.